Ignorant Sports Talk, asterisk because today is Ignorant Music Talk. Um, we got our regular cast of characters. Everyone introduce yourselves. No?
Yeah, I'm Fig.
Yep.
Fig from the quarantine capital. You feel me? I'm in Atlanta now, but I'm from the quarantine capital. I don't even gotta tell y'all where that is. Y'all know where that's at.
I'm Dylan. I live in about 4,000 people. We ain't got no corona over here. Ain't nobody having it.
Curtis Pankey in Toronto, Ontario, the Six or Drakeville or whatever you want to call it.
Drakeville.
My name's Jermaine Anthony. I'm Jack. I'm coming to you from a little seaside town in Eastern Europe, but I'm from Toronto.
So before we start, Figs, how many Atlanta rappers are you required to put in all the lists we're doing?
Not a goddamn mother. All them niggas is trash. Nah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, I guess we just gonna have to wait and see.
Fair enough.
So we're going to get right into it. Today we're talking about hip-hop music, both of old and of recent. And first, we're going to start with the biggest topic. We're going to go straight into it. Top 10 rappers all time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to ask you guys, are we going to talk as individual rappers or are we going to do groups or duos?
I think
I did individual rappers on mine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, just straight up individual MCs.
All right, cool.
Let's hit it. Panky, start us off.
Do I just do my top 10 or do we do who are top number by number?
I would say do it in order.
All right, so starting at number 10, I have Snoop Dogg, Long Beach's finest. Number 9, I have DMX. Number 8, I have J. Cole. Number 7, I have Drake. Number 6, I have Kendrick. Number 5, I originally wrote down Outkast because I can't separate the two, but for the sake of this, it'll be, I guess, Andre 3000 will be there. 4 Jay-Z, 3 Notorious B.I.G., 2 Eminem, number 1 Tupac.
Nice. I like that number.
Kendrick over Cole. That's kind of controversial there.
That's just my personal bias. Like that chunk of 3 you could switch anywhere around. But
Yeah. It's that personal blasphemy. It's all right, though. Go ahead.
oh, here we go.
All right, Figs, what's yours?
Alrighty. So, I'm gonna start with some honorable mentions that could have made the list, but they didn't. Andre 3000 is one of them. I really wanted to put him in there, but I feel like he doesn't have enough solo work that, really took off. You know what I mean? So, kind of had to give some other guys some consideration. But at number 10, we're looking at Easy F Baby. I mean, Lil Wayne. The guy had a great run, an amazing run, one of the best runs we've ever seen in hip-hop. I don't think anybody can argue that. Number 9, I got DMX. I ain't gonna say nothing, but this motherfucker sold out a continent. Like, I've never seen that before, ever. And he had 2 of the best albums in hip-hop history, if you ask me.
Weren't they in the same year also?
Yep.
Or he had 2 number 1s in the same year?
Yep. Don't quote me on it, but I think he might be the only rapper to do that. Number 8 is Nas. Now, it kind of hurt me to put Nas at 8 because he used to be one of my favorite rappers, but when you really think of his body of work, to me at least, he only has 2 albums that really stand out as like, oh my God. You know what I mean? The rest of his stuff is like, it's good, but it's mediocre compared to those 2 albums. Number 7, I got Kendrick Lamar. I mean, the guy only has, 4 or 5 projects, but they're incredible. The only project that I'm not too crazy about, and I know you guys are going to get on me for this, is Good Kid, Mad City. But everything else, it's amazing. It's flawless. I have nothing bad to say about Kendrick other than the fact that he's too inconsistent. He doesn't put out music enough, and it pisses me off because I'm a fan of his.
He also
Number
Doesn't
made.
put out music enough?
Nah, bro. He's been on a 3-year hiatus. Where the fuck is this guy?
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead. Speak your mind.
He had like 4 straight years of drops.
Yeah, that's true.
The guy deserves a bit of a break right now.
Come on, ain't no breaks in this shit.
I know,
Michael
bro.
Jordan played. Michael Jordan played 82 games for 9 years. I don't want to hear nothing about no breaks.
Okay, music's a little.
He
bit-
retired twice.
Would you rather
Yeah,
take
he did.
25
He did.
years or
What'd you
one
say?
Kendrick album every few years? That's phenomenal.
Listen, man, Drake drops an album every year. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and what's happening to the quality?
Listen, that's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: you got to take shots. You know what I mean? If you're not taking a lot of shots, it's like a center in basketball. They don't take a lot of shots, so yeah, their field goal percentage is fucking amazing. But if they took more shots, they would have a lot more misses. You know what I mean? So you got to take shots.
I mean, I also imagine Kendrick got a fat payday for doing the Black Panther soundtrack,
Oh yeah, definitely.
which
Yeah,
is
I
also
mean-
very good.
No, yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't heard the Black Panther soundtrack, go check it out. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, 6 I got Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, you know what I mean, Eminem, whatever you want to call it. The guy has like 4 different personalities, you know what I mean? But he is one of the best lyricists I've ever heard in my life. And, you know, similar to Drake, you know, his projects lately have been dwindling, you know what I mean? In my opinion, Drake still makes really good projects, but Eminem is kind of like, yeah, it's like finding a diamond in the rough right now.
Yeah,
So,
Eminem.
yeah, I got Biggie at number 5. One of the best lyricists I've ever heard. Biggie would have probably been a lot higher on this list if he didn't only have 2 albums. You know, sadly, his life was taken way before it should have been. You know what I mean? So he didn't get to have the career that he probably should have. But because of that, I got to put him at 5. Cole. J. Cole is number 4. Man. What does he have? 3 platinum albums with no features?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that man is incredible, man. Like, everything he puts out to me is just amazing. Mixtapes, albums. Like, yeah, Cole he's a once-in-a-lifetime talent. Once-in-a-lifetime talent. Jay-Z is number 2. One of the best lyricists I've ever heard in my life. In my opinion, he's probably the best rapper to ever grow up in New York and stay in New York and really, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Jay, when it comes to making a song, you know what I mean? When it comes to album quality, I say this a lot. There's a lot of lyricists that can't make songs, and that hurts them in the long run. You know what I mean? Jay-Z can do everything. Production, songwriting, like he's amazing. And I don't know if a lot of you notice, he freestyles most of his stuff, which is absolutely incredible. And number 1, Tupac Amaru Shakur, man. This guy has done more in 5 years than most artists do in 10 or 15. It's ridiculous. Me Against the World, when that album dropped, he was in jail. He sold 5 million copies in jail, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people say, you know, dead rappers, sometimes they get overhyped because they sell a lot more when they die. Well, the thing with Pac, he was number 1 when he was alive. You know what I mean? His albums were going number 1 when he was alive. So that does not stand true to him, at least. But yeah, that's my list.
Disrespectful.
Dylan?
No, there's no Lil Wayne on mine, but you know, no Drake on mine. No, but it's cool.
That's cool, man.
That's neither here or there.
All right, brace
at,
yourselves.
at number 10, I'm going with Andre 3K, Andre 3000,
Mhm.
because we couldn't put rap groups on here. He didn't make a whole lot of projects in my opinion, but like that's why he's number 10. He couldn't move up anymore than that.
Got
So number 9, I got Tech 9. I got Tech Nine because we got the Midwest chopper flow, as well as the next person on this list. That's what we coming with. He's been at it for like what since 1999. Before that,
Oh
early
yeah.
90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Number 8, we got Twista. My opinion, the best lyrical fast rapper of all time.
Hmm.
We got Nas, also one of the best lyricists. Controversial one, number 6. I got Royce the 5'9".
Mm.
Ooh.
One of the I think one of the only people in rap that could go toe to toe with Eminem. Number 5, I got Rakim because he got one of the best flows of all time in every one of his songs almost.
Got
Number
you.
4, number 4, the goat of my generation, J. Cole.
Hmm. I agree.
Number 3, best New York rapper of all time, Jay-Z. You know, biggest thing that ever happened in the Brooklyn Nets history. I mean,
Yeah.
number 2, Tupac. I mean, number 2 and number 1, you can switch Tupac and Eminem. Eminem is my number 1. You can switch them however you want, really.
Got you. I respect that.
Now,
That's a good
the
list.
Royce one is very interesting because technically, from a
Mhm.
purely technical standpoint, yes, he is very underappreciated and very, very skilled.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he's one of the few people that can like shake it up and like, or shake Eminem up and be like, listen, make some good music with me. Let's like snap out of it.
Listen, I've heard Royce have better verses on some tracks with Eminem. That's very hard to do. That's extremely, you know.
That's what I'm saying. One of the only ones that can go toe to toe.
Yeah.
And also the song you did with what's the song you did with J. Cole again?
Pablo Boat.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
Yeah, that's an amazing project.
Jack, let's get your top
All
10.
right. All right. My number 10 is actually gonna be Nas.
Okay.
Nas to me he's actually not one of my top 10 favorite rappers, but I acknowledge what the impact he's had on the game and his skills. Kanye would actually be number 9 for me. Number 8 is Kendrick Lamar. Number 7 is Jay-Z.
That's kind of low, my brother.
Okay.
6 is J. Cole.
Okay.
5 is Andre 3000.
Got you.
I believe Andre 3000 has potentially the most incredible and unique flow and lyrical ability of any rapper of all time. So and I know his solo, like as a solo artist, it's hard to put him so high, but I'm counting all his work with Outkast, and so that's where I put him there.
The story with him in International Players Anthem is a great story about how he fought. Was it Pimp C? He fought Pimp C about having his verse with no instrumentals on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
eventually it won. He won, and it made the song that much better and more iconic.
Yeah, and that's one of his greatest verses of all time, for sure.
Oh yeah, destroyed it.
Absolutely. All right, number 4 is Tupac. Number 3 is Eminem.
Okay.
Number 2 is Biggie. And y'all already know what number 1 is.
Oh no, he didn't.
Y'all already know who number 1 is. The only rapper to have 3 tracks spend more than 10 weeks at number 1.
Uh-oh.
Greatest selling rapper of all time, Drake. Drizzy Drake.
You know,
And if you want to come after it, I will.
This is the hip hop equivalent of when the passing numbers started going up in the NFL.
That's fair. No, I don't base it. I don't base it on success, to be honest, because I guess our listeners don't understand the many debates we've had over music. But I believe that Drake is probably the most versatile artist on this list.
I agree.
He also, if you filter out, he has so many number 1 tracks and so many big tracks. If you filter out all the pop, all the really R&B tracks, and you go only like straight rap tracks, he still has so many bangers. It's ridiculous.
I
And
honestly
so many
think-
amazing verses on other people's songs.
I don't mean to cut you. I honestly think if you were to take out all that R&B and just leave the rap, he would be a lot higher on people's lists. Honestly, because that motherfucker could rap his ass off, and people don't realize that.
Yep, 100%. And even it's going strong now. Like he started off strong. He had that period of time where you could tell Lil Wayne was writing a lot of his verses and shit, but like he just
I think it was the
stays
other way
strong.
around. I think it was the other way around.
Oh yeah, but you can tell there's some of those songs that he had back in the day that like you could tell it's just straight Lil Wayne lines, just cheesy punchlines and shit like that.
The collaboration
Cheesy
process
punchlines.
was definitely there.
Yeah.
Yeah, collective. Definitely
But
collective.
no, like you see his latest release, you listen to War on his latest release, he just like snaps for 3 straight minutes. Like he's still absolutely going off.
Oh yeah.
Just some honorable mentions that I had a really hard time leaving off the list that I believe deserve some love. Is Snoop, Royce as well. Royce is one of my favorite rappers. He would be on my top 10 favorite. But also Black Thought of The Roots and Q-Tip of Tribe Called Quest.
Yes.
Two of, in my opinion, two of the greatest rappers of all time.
Yeah, Black Thought is a beast.
Yeah. Ice Cube was one of my fringe ones also.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hard one.
Yeah. Ice Cube, Q-Tip, and Drake and J. Cole are my honorable mentions.
Okay, so let's lead that into your list then. If those are your honorable mentions.
I will preface, because I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of disagreements, but I will preface that I weigh what they rap about a little heavier than you guys do. To me, what you're saying is just as important as the technical behind spitters.
I respect that.
So with that, top 10, number 10 would be Killer Mike.
Okay.
Number 9, Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Number 8, Kanye West.
Mm.
Number 7 is Nas.
Okay.
Number 6 is Eminem. Number 5 is Biggie. Number 4 is Jay-Z. Number 3 is Andre 3 Stacks. Number 2 is Tupac. And number 1 is Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy.
Hold up. I said this after he dropped a Pimp a Butterfly, and I stand by it even stronger now. By the time his career is done, he will be the greatest rapper to ever live.
Wow.
I think his career is done already, so I don't know about it.
Nope.
Wow.
Bro,
But
there's I know you guys love J. Cole and Drake, and I think they're great artists, great rappers. I'm not trying to take them down. But to me, Kendrick Lamar operates in a league of his own, and no one who's fighting for second comes close.
Really?
Interesting.
He's released 3 studio albums that are already like rap classic.
Fair enough.
And
I'm surprised. I'm surprised for you. I'm surprised J. Cole's not. Sorry to cut you off. I'm not surprised J. Cole's not higher on your list.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that.
Yeah, especially when you talk about like what they rap about. I feel like J. Cole's the best storytelling rapper of all time.
Yeah.
There's something about J. Cole. I do enjoy listening to J. Cole. And I do think he's a great rapper. There's just something about what he raps about that doesn't feel like it's enough. It feels very surface level. Like I feel like he could go deeper and, dig into bigger topics than the things he talks about. Like I enjoyed KOD because that was an attempt to talk about something bigger than himself. But it still didn't just didn't meet certain expectations. But I'll say my favorite J. Cole album is Force.
Okay.
And I love that it's a little, it's homegrown and it's, him kind of with his roots, talking about stories and growing up and stuff. It felt the most real. But outside that, I want to see him tackle something bigger and do it just as well.
That's interesting. That's very interesting because me personally, I think J. Cole is way more conscious than Kendrick, honestly. Like, if you listen to all of his projects, he's talking about social injustice, talking about police brutality. He's talking about, he's talking about Uncle Sam, tricking you into taking your money. Like, he speaks about on every project. You know what I mean? So if you had to ask who's more social, I think J. Cole is. Kendrick, don't get me wrong, Kendrick speaks about that too, but Kendrick also speaks about and you know what I mean, and things of that nature, which J. Cole doesn't. You know what I mean? So Kendrick shows the social side, but he also shows that he has one foot in the streets as well. You know what I mean? J. Cole is pretty much devoted to social injustice. So I mean, that's an interesting take.
When I look at Kendrick, he's mastered like every aspect of rap music. Like he releases albums that are through solid. He released an album full of jazz production that is not trendy, and it still went crazy. Then he did the trendy stuff on Damn just to prove he could do it better than everyone else in the game. And then there was that run right after Good Kid, Mad City, where he had the Control verse, the B Cypher, and the guest spot on Compton, where he just like shut down all criticism. No one spoke on his name again after that shit. Like, I don't know. To me, he's just every facet that comes with like the rap industry. Kendrick has proven it and moved on.
I respect your opinion, bro. I do.
And as a fan of music like beyond rap specifically as well, I do like when an artist makes an album artistically, like the whole album is meant to have a purpose.
Yeah.
So when Kendrick drops these albums that tell a story throughout that like need to be listened to in order, there's like a through line of sorts, there's a theme. I appreciate that as well. And that's what
I wanted to mention, just since we were talking about J. Cole and everything, and since the episodes that we did before, there was a line actually that I was listening to today, and that one of my favorite J. Cole tracks, "For Your Eyes Only." But that I think I was actually wanted to mention on this just about how relevant it was, which was the line that took me 2 felonies to see the trap this crooked ass system set for me.
Oh yeah.
And that was the line that I think was very relevant in terms of all the equality things going on right now, or the lack of it.
I think that whole entire album, For Your Eyes Only, was really geared towards exactly what's going on today. Like from track 1 all the way to track 9. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially that Neighbors track. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.